What's up, guys? January 13th, 2020, another trifecta. It's National College Football Championship Day. So let's get to it. We'll talk about tonight's game in a second. Number one of the trifecta, NFC Championship playoff games, all chalk. I told you last week, San Francisco, Green Bay. What's going to happen? I think Green Bay's a fraud. Aaron Rodgers is the man. He's going to have to play lights out, magical, more magical than Mahomes. We'll get to that in a second. I just don't see it. Seattle barely beat the Eagles. Green Bay barely beat Seattle. I think it's going to be a repeat of the regular season game. San Francisco beat them 38-7 during the season. San Francisco's clicking on defense. They beat Minnesota pretty easily. I don't think Green Bay has a chance on the road going to San Fran. I look like San Fran, big time, win by double digits. Number two of the trifecta, let's talk AFC. This is the real fun, guys. Andy Reid, I've been saying it. I told you guys, KC, Super Bowl, I think they're going to win it. They've gotten how many gifts have they gotten this time, guys? How many? If this isn't Andy Reid's year, I don't know what is. They get a bye, number 2 seed. They don't have to play Belichick in their first game. They play Houston, number 1. And then what happens? Down 24 points, Andy Reid. Everyone's like, here we go again, Andy Reid Groundhog's Day. But what happens? Magical Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and company turn it on, up 28-24 right at halftime. That was like watching a video game. They win that game in Houston, and now they host an AFC Championship game as the 2 seed. They don't have to play Baltimore. They play the last place seed in the playoffs, the Titans, which is a scary team. If you're looking at Andy Reid's track record, if he loses next week, this might be the worst championship game Andy Reid has ever lost. And us Eagles fans, we know how many times has he been favored, and he loses year after year. I think they're going to do it, but it's not going to be easy. Tennessee with Derrick Henry, he's a beast. Beast mode, true beast mode, beats up Belichick, beats up Baltimore, some of the best defenses in the NFL. They're going to get a break with KC's defense. How are they going to stop them? KC's going to have to run the running gun and put up major points, which I think they will, but it would not surprise me if the Titans win again and win the Super Bowl. I hope it doesn't happen. I want to see Andy get there. I want to see him win. I told you for a couple weeks now, KC against San Fran. KC wins the Lombardi, South Beach. We want to see the flowered shirts. We want to see Andy Reid doing it at style, party style, South Beach. I think he's going to do it. Let's get to the third leg of the trifecta. It's National College Football Championship Day. LSU, Clemson. We got a good one, guys. A lot of defense, some scoring. Maybe not as much scoring as we want. But LSU's down 17-14. You know, Clemson's hanging on early, up 17-7. LSU scores back. You got Burrow against Trevor. Both quarterbacks are legit. I think Burrow's going to come through in the end. They've beaten everybody during the season. They've beaten Auburn. They've beaten Alabama. They've beaten everybody in the SEC. They won last week, real bad beating on Oklahoma. Clemson hasn't beat anybody but Ohio State, which was real impressive. I don't think they're going to do it. I like LSU to win and big time, and Ed Ogeron is going to eat a ham sandwich. So there you go, guys. That's the trifecta today, but we got bonus trifecta. Let's talk about the gambling. I've been getting a lot of hate now that Carson Wentz is out. No one's giving me hate on that because there's nothing to say. Even though I was easy on him on the playoff game, rightfully so. I didn't give him a hard time. He didn't play. I got nothing to say. But everyone's giving me trouble. They say, Jeff, you don't know what you're talking about. 0-3-1 wild card weekend. Last week I was 3-1 on the money lines. Like I told you, it'd be all chalk. I was 3-1 on the spread. I just missed up with Minnesota. I told you the Titans would cover. So what are you going to do? People say, you got to stop this, Jeff. You got to stop the picking. Well, what am I going to say to that, guys? What do I say? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not bleeping leaving. I'm not leaving. These parlay picks are staying. You're going to need the National Guard to get me. You're going to have to get a wrecking ball to get this guy away from his parlay picks. Because you know what? It's National College Football Championship Day. It's over. But we got NFL playoffs still to go. We got the Super Bowl still to go. And then we're just getting started because we got college basketball in full effect and NBA basketball, NBA playoffs, March Madness. You thought it was getting started. March Madness is going to be crazier. Maybe we'll do some NIT action and all the chatter over the offseason. So I'm not going anywhere. So what do you guys got to do? You got to quench your thirst for these parlay picks, and trust me, you got to believe in the trifecta. It will treat you well. And if you don't believe, you do the Costanza method, and you do the Bizarro World, and you go the opposite, and you'll be happy that way too. So it's one extreme or the other. You can't get wrong, can't go wrong. But 17-14, it's almost halftime in the NCAA championship game, guys. I think it's going to be a great finish. LSU should win by 1 score when all said and done. Enjoy the college football championship game. We'll be back V Productions, we'll talk to you. We'll see what happens after the championship games for the Super Bowl, but it's going to be San Francisco KC playing after the end of next weekend. You'll see. V Productions, we're out of here. Enjoy the Monday night, guys. Take care.